Well, hello and a very warm welcome to the channel. It's April the 5th and it's just coming up for 10 o'clock. Got a nice temperature, 43 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm down in Historic Deerfield. I'm going to have a walk around. Cannot believe how time flies. It was a year ago that I did a film video down here. I'm by the old fire station there. This is a very it's an 18th century historic village where the early settlers, I guess, came up from Boston and made their way northwest, exploring more of the New World, and this is where they settled. But they did meet up with the local native Indians, and that caused a few issues and a few deaths, unfortunately. So follow me as I walk up the street. I'll just turn the camera around and give you a glimpse. I've got the Deerfield in front of me. Hold tight. Okay, there's the old Deerfield Inn, which is very nice. We went in there a few weeks ago for a coffee, and we were told the very famous, or the most famous quarterback, Tom Brady, had visited from the Patriots. He, I guess he was looking at schooling his kids at the academy here and was checking things out. So in front of me is the old fire station, Deerfield Fire Station, and looks fully operational. Okay, so I'm gonna spin you around, and why don't you put the kettle on, put your feet up, and I'll do some filming for you and take you along Deerfield. As I say, it's early 18th century, late 17th century. Most of the homes date back. I'll take as many pictures of the old homes as I can. It's not open right now. I think it opens on the 16th of April, and I should be down to have a tour. I've never done a tour. Now, one of my reasons for coming down today is, I dropped some parcels off at the UPS station, which brought me close. This place is only 16 miles from my house. But I've come down to check an old footpath out, which is across the street. So I'm going to walk down and I'll meet you down at the trailhead, okay? See you down there. Okay, we're walking down. Got to watch my step. This sidewalk or pavement is very uneven. I can see right down there where I have to go, so I'll just give you a quick pan round of the old homes that they look absolutely beautiful. They're all individual, all have their own stories. Okay, so let's come round here. Some people live in these homes, and others are for tourists to walk around. So Historic Deerfield is like, I guess, 90 miles northwest of Boston, approximately, and it's in the state of Massachusetts. Our home is on the state line. It's only about half a mile inside Vermont, and this is a state we visit a lot of history. The Bee Gees even made a song about it in Massachusetts, which I'm not going to sing because I've only just got this camera. I don't want to break the glass. Oh, here's the trailhead. So let's have a look when it opens. I'll meet you at the information board. Okay, we're down at the start of the Channing Blake Footpath, which is just illustrated here. I don't know whether you can see it. It says it's open, so let's go and have a look. I'll swing you around. So here we go. Quite a nice setting. Tells me it's a little under a half a mile. I'll just pan round so you can see where I'm seeing. Very, very quiet and tranquil, and I'm quite looking forward to having a walk. No dogs. This path goes through an active dairy farm. So the gate is locked, so I don't know whether I should climb over or wait for them to unlock it. Maybe we'll leave that for another day because we've got lots to see. But there's the, that's where it goes. There's a white squirrel. I don't know whether you can see him. I don't think I've ever seen one. Let's see if I can get zoom into that tree. He's, that's as far as I can zoom. Never seen a white squirrel. But he's there. Okay. And I've got another squirrel joining me down here. So this is the village of Deerfield, an old settlement. So the street is a mile long, and then it was originally a native path. Ancestors of the Pocumtuck and Algonquin people lived here in their homeland, travelling and trading with neighbours along the waterways, forests, and crisscross the northeast. So a bit more information for you. I'm going to wait until they open the gate. I just don't want to get into any problems today. So let's walk back up to the road. Sorry for the disappointment, but it'll make another video another day. I did want to come down and see more about when it was open and what there is to see. It tells me here it's wheelchair accessible, takes you through a farm and a woodland and comes out behind Old Deerfield Street, a view of the river and the Shelburne Hills. It does say it's open April through November, 2/3 of a mile round trip, and it's designed for pedestrians and wheelchairs. Let's go down a little bit further. There is a home I want to show you down here which has some history, so I'll meet you down there. Okay, this is Indian House and a children's museum, and inscribed on a stone here, I will try to read it, but it's very, very difficult to read. It's a reproduction of the old Indian house, originally built by John Sheldon in 1698. And it withstood an attack by the French and the Indians of the night of February the 29th, 1704. It was torn down in 1848. So this is a reproduction 1929. And there's a tomahawk, you can just see there. And so that isn't original, that is what it looked like. It's a replica. Very interesting. Okay, let's go further and see what we can find. Okay, we're just leaving Indian House and headed. Some of these homes, as I say, are lived in, so you have to be a little discreet when you film. Like that one over there in front, that is lived in. You can see the cars in the barn. This one's more of a farm with tractors. But across the street, the two homes, that one and that one, and also this one here, they have boards outside and have some historic story behind them. So at this point I'm going to cross over and actually that one to the left there, that is lived in, I can see they're having some work done on the back. But this one here is an old home. It's a silver and metalware business, or was. A museum now, a gallery of antique silver and pewter, early American silver, with examples by Paul Revere. That looks like the workshops at the back. As I say, I'm going to come down and go round these homes. I don't know whether they allow photography, but I will come down and do more. Historic Deerfield, open to the past, history workshop museum. Oh, you can get your tickets down there, looks like. Looks very nice. So let's, I'm going to walk, I don't know, half a mile up here and get some much needed exercise. That's a lived in home there, I can see they got the heating on. And we'll only film the ones like across the street, the historic. I've just noticed there's a building down the back there, maybe something that we can see on the tour. There you go. I've only got a small zoom on this camera, so that's the best I can do for you. A lot of tourists come here in the late spring, summer and the fall. It's beautiful to walk, especially in the fall. Still got your shorts on, get yourself a nice coffee and go for a walk through here. And the atmosphere, it's got that oldie worldy atmosphere. It's probably because it is. This one's called Allen House. Try and read the board. Restored interiors reflect the Flint's lifestyle during their heyday of collecting American antiques. Very nice. 104. I love the front doors. They look great. Look really neat. Okay, so that one is a building you can go around. It's a job to focus here, but I've only got a small screen to look at. So let's go further up. There is an elementary school here. Yeah, it's called the, wait till my glasses tune in. Yeah, the Beaumont School. So it's an active school. And then they go on to There's a very famous academy up the top of the road, across the road at the top there, called Eagles, Glen Eagles I think it is, I don't know, I think that's right. And Michael Douglas's son was educated there, and King Abdul from Jordan. I do remember those two facts. So this is kindergarten through to 9th grade. Any grade in America, the way I do it is I add 5, so that would be 14, kindergarten through to 14. Kindergarten being infants to us in England. A different school term, and then as they go through grades. So as I say, if you're confused, add 5, and that will put you somewhere near. So 4th grade is 9 years, and so on. Just thought I'd give you that little useless information. Okay, well I'm going to stop recording for a minute because this is all trees. I'll meet you up at the next one. See you up there. Okay, so I've just walked up to this one here called Stebbins House. Let me swing round and show you. This one's all brick. Quite unusual, as most of them are timber framed. This was built in 1799, and Federal period architecture and furnishing, 1790 to 1830. That's next to the fire station where we started the video, and across the road from the Deerfield Inn. So let's go on and film some more. Well, across the road is a very big church. That is huge. I don't know how big it looks to you guys, but very tall. And next to it is a very old post office, still working. In fact, I just saw an electric postman in his electric car take off. How times have changed. And that goes back. Let's have a walk over. Nothing's coming. I'll have a look. Tiny. Stood next to a massive church. This one's 1696, and it was a meeting house, designed based on a meeting house. Someone's coming into park, I better move. So that's the old post office. Okay, we've just arrived a bit further up. This one's called Barnard Tavern, and next to it is the Frary House, F-R-A-R-Y. Closed for restoration works. Beautiful old building, and looks nice, but obviously having some work done. So there's a very old graveyard here, which I filmed over a year ago, and I may see if I can walk down to it. They've got it all roped off with a policeman over there, so I'll go and ask him if I can go down and film. I'll meet you down there. We're down at I guess it's the original burial place, cemetery, for what was a much smaller village back then. And I've never been here when there's not been frost and snow on the ground. So let me spin round and show you what is going on. Hold tight. So these are very old stones. We'll try and read some and see when they date. Job to read, but we should be okay. One doesn't stand out at the moment. 1775, I just seen, 1776, 1808, 1811. So that's the time period we're talking about. There's lots of stones that haven't, that all the inscriptions worn off. There's obviously some soldiers, military, because of the flags. I do enjoy, I know it sounds strange, but I do enjoy reading some of these stones, what happened to them. There's one or two here, if I remember rightly. My friend Paul from England loved it when he came here. He wanted to go around and read them all. Some have the inscriptions of the Indians taking people while they were out the back, putting the washing out, and they were never seen again. As I say, I have done this before, but I think it was mainly with frost and snow on the ground. It's good to come this time of year. That one's 1800. Some young ages on here, I see. I think that's 1815. So I'm going to go, that's an unusual one on this mound, 1704. Let's just have a walk and a chat. I'll keep the film running and see what I can find for you. These are all the back of the stones. They're all facing one way. And what's this one? 1834. William Williams. So they're all various that's what I'm reading. 74 years of age. They're all various stones, random. Some are very, very old. It's just basically a slate in the ground. 1804. And it reads, "Your eyes are upon me." I can't read down lower. "And I am not something," and it disappears into the ground. There is a neat one here, if I can find it, which reads something like, "I've paid my debt to this world, and here I lie, and so one day, so will you," or something like that. Which, sorry to be a bit gruesome, but we're all going there, one at a time. Good job we don't know when. Right, let's see if I can find this one here. Yeah, I don't know what that reads. 1795, age 61, that's all I can read. There's a cop just outside this cemetery over there, and he was very pleasant. We had a good chat. Told him what I was doing. He was fine. They have a lot of security because the school's here, and obviously with all these mad individuals with guns. I just said to him, it's a different world from when I grew up. And he laughed. He said, "Yep, you're right there. They have to put police on the gate, both ends." What's that one in memory of Ashley, who died 1780, 68, 2 years older than me. They died so young, obviously, then. So let's, that was quite old, I suppose, 68 in those days. None of your fancy vaccines then. I just had my pneumonia shot. I didn't realise you had to have one when you're 65. Just a one-off. Had no idea. pneumonia obviously can kill, and you can create a pneumonia yourself. That's right, I'm looking on the ground because there's a lot of little bees and things, and I'm also on the lookout on my clothing for ticks because it's tick season. So there's our robin there. I don't know whether you can see him. He's a lot bigger than the English robin. He's just hopping across there. He's as big as our blackbird, and he's not as pretty as an English robin for sure. So we've nearly done a loop. It's been great to come down and get some exercise. There's a football pitch over there, a big one. I bet that's where the soccer football star landed in his helicopter to visit here. So I think that's enough for the cemetery. I was trying to find a stone to give you the feel of the kind of place this is. I know there is one somewhere with, well, several, where somebody's got taken by the Indians. They used to take them up to Canada to put them to work, and they would walk there, which is a good 200 mile. So they had you didn't want to get caught by an Indian. So let me make my way back to the opening, and so I'm getting distracted reading these. Stones, because you can just read a little bit, and others you can't read at all. I'm going to just pause the camera a minute while I look further. That was great walking around the cemetery, very interesting. So we're making our way back to the car. The policeman told me it's busy because of the families visiting here where their children are going to be educated. That's why it's busy today. I thought it was strange for a Tuesday, but that's the reason. So cars across the street. I'll meet you down there and finish the video. Okay, we're going to finish the video. I just resting my weary legs at the visitors centre, and that's all for today from the sunny Deerfield, Massachusetts. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. Thanks of course for watching. I hope it was a little bit of interest, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye for now.